Hello and welcome to another reading vlog. In this vlog, we are going to be reading one of the biggest fantasy series, one of the biggest, maybe most intimidating series, I think, because there are so many books in the series and they're long books. We are going to be reading Robert Jordan's The Eye of the World in the Wheel of Time series. This is a part of my 26 for 2026 TBR. I was very nervous about reading this book because I know it's long. I'm almost positive I'm going to love it. And I know that there are like 14 books in the series. But this is the year. I feel like I have a few fantasy books that I knew I was going to read this year. I have some that I have planned to read next year that's like I'm for sure reading that, and this is this year's book for sure. My sister is pretty sure I'm going to love this book. I know I'm gonna love this book. I started the show and turned it off after about like 5 minutes because honestly I didn't think the show looked very good, like the acting and everything. So I turned it off and my sister was like, yeah, no, just read the book. The book is going to be so much better. I don't know much about this. I believe our protagonist is female. I don't know how many characters we're following. I'm curious to find out. I There's time travel, I'm sure. This says the wheel of time turns and ages come and pass. What was, what will be, and what is may fall under the shadow. Let the dragon ride again on the wheels of time. Are there dragons in this book? That would be really cool. I don't know if there are dragons in this book or not. I really don't know anything about this. There might be some spoilers in this vlog, but I'm very excited to start this. There are about 775 pages in this book. I plan to read 150 every day, but we'll see. If I don't reach that goal, I'm not going to feel bad, but that's my plan. However, this is also, this is a big book. This is not your average paperback size. So a page in this book and a page in, I don't know, the Ministry of Time, they're different sizes. This is very big, so that is kind of scary. But I want to know. I want to know why this series is so loved. I want to know what the Wheel of Time is. And I would like to be able to discuss this with my sister because she has read, I think, a few books in this series. She hasn't finished this series, but she loved book one. So this is what we're going to read in this reading vlog. I don't know if I'm going to add any other books. We'll see. I think this is going to take up a lot of my time. But thank you for joining me for this reading vlog. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment if you have read this and loved it, or what you are going to be reading, or what you are reading right now. And let's get started with this giant book.
It's the same day, but I changed my shirt because I was not comfortable before. And I've gotten to page 85. I feel like the hardest part of a fantasy book, it's the beginning when you don't really know what's going on. There has been talk of a wheel. Not quite sure who we're following yet. There are a lot of people talking right now. There's talk of the dragon and if you will be reborn, and how there have been false dragons. it's a person, but if this person is reborn, then it'd be like the end of the world. There's like talk of war happening in a faraway land, but in their little place that they live, Two Rivers, I think it's called. They've never known war. I think it's a very peaceful, small place. Kind of reminds me of like the Shire a little bit. And this woman and man have come to this town. I think I'm shaking my camera, sorry. And the townspeople are wondering like what they're doing here. It doesn't seem like they belong. And I think she's gonna possibly start a quest or something. But I've decided not to annotate the book because it was stressing me out. My reading day has already not gone very well. It's been so hard to read today. And to annotate, I have to like be so focused and like at my desk, and I've just decided it's not worth it. Like if I want to annotate a book, I have a lot of fun and, you know, really enjoy it, and I'm just not. So I started annotating the beautiful book, decided to try to read from my mass market paperback, the like old one. It's not the cool looking ones with the picture that's on that cover, but these like older market paperbacks. I got this one I got 2 of them for $3 at Barnes and Noble. I got the first and the third book. I thought this might be a little bit easier to take her around the house to read while I'm playing with her. Like if we're like in the living room and she's playing, it might just be easier to hold this book. So then I was like, well, how do I annotate both books? Like that would be too hard. And I started to annotate it and then just decided not to. Also, I want to listen to this book a little. I want to listen to parts of this book. If I'm not able to physically hold the book, when we go on our walk, I love to listen to a book, and I don't want to listen to a different book. I want to stay in this world. So it's like I can't annotate and listen to this while I'm walking. So no annotating. Perhaps I'll get halfway and really want to annotate and change my mind, but as of right now, I'm not going to. So I might just alternate between those 2 books if I like want to read the pretty one, or if I just feel like it's easier to read the other one. But this one will definitely, if I like love this book, I'll be so glad to have this one to like display, because the other one's not very pretty. Yeah, not even 100 pages in, but I feel like still figuring things out, still not quite sure what's going on. But I'm really looking forward to being like in the story, understanding what's happening, like knowing who we're following and what exactly is going on. But I think it's just gonna take more time. It's a long book, so it's fine that almost 100 pages in, I still don't know what's going on. That's how fantasy books like this are. And it's just hard because I'm just like, wait, what are they saying? Who is actually talking? But she's napping right now, so I'm going to try to read some more and start editing this vlog. I want to edit as I go so I don't just have like a ton of footage at the end. I'm also trying a new camera. I don't even know if I've been looking at the lens, so trying to figure this out as well. But we'll get there. But happy to be in this world that I'm going to figure out. But maybe tomorrow I'll just know more what's going on. Yeah, I'm going to read some more and then I'll come back with an update. I'm thinking once I reach 150 pages, and we'll see if I know anything by then. It's the next day and I made it to page 156, or the end of chapter 8. Let's see here. And I was very wrong about a few things. We were following a male protagonist, I don't know if we're going to switch to a female eventually, but we're following Rand. And he is just a young man in this village. They're sheep herders, and these creatures came to their village called Trollocs and like destroyed the village. They were looking for him. They killed their livestock. They can like kind of talk, but I think they're supposed to almost be like goats. I think that's how they were kind of described. And they're servants of the Dark One. But they were looking for Ran and like boys his age. So the woman and the man that were in the village, Morena and her guard, have like magical powers. She is a Sandi, which we don't know what that is yet. And then but I think she has like healing powers. And then the man that is with her is like bonded with her, and he is a warder. And they seem to have like they have some abilities too. We're still learning. We're just barely like learning about what these people, what their powers are, but it seems like a Sandi are not like trustworthy and people don't really like them. So the townsfolk want them to leave, and she told Rand like, you have to leave to like protect, like you need to get out of here because the Dark One is hunting you, and he's gonna just keep sending these Trollocs here to get you. I just read a few pages past where I read last night. He just said goodbye to his father, which is he actually his father? And they're about to leave to, I'm not exactly sure where they're going. I want to know more about the Trollocs, more about the Dark One, more about all these characters. But I really thought we were following a female. And I think it's because in the show, like I feel like the show's like poster, like I feel like it's a woman that is the main character, at least in what I've seen. So I was confused. I think we are going to follow other characters, but I believe Rand is our main character. So I'm glad to, if I feel like it has settled a little bit, and now we've like followed Rand during this whole ordeal with the Trollocs. So I feel like I feel like it's slowing down and I'm understanding more. So that's good. But I've barely read today. I've read like 4 pages because my daughter had a doctor's appointment, and then we went to get groceries, and now I'm just starting to read, and I actually think she just woke up from her nap. So starting reading a lot later than I planned, but yeah, she's awake. I gotta go, but I am going to keep reading, and I would like to read 200 pages today, but we'll see how far I make it. But that was yesterday. That's how far I made it to. All right, let me go. Last time made it about 2 years ago. Verbal by start. But when it was done, that say it's just as well one of us knows how to use a real weapon. That girl. Egwene, the girl that we followed in the prologue when she was a little girl, she insists on going with Matt and Rand and the woman and the warder as they're leaving the 2 rivers. She's like, I'm going with you guys. This is my only chance to like see the world. Like she just said that. And I was like, yes. I was hoping we were gonna get more of her and that she was gonna be more of the story. I just spent the last hour, maybe? Yeah, about an hour making this GIF. I had so much fun. I love making GIFs. I want this to be a transition for my videos, and I'm still like learning but I have Clara and the Sun and the Bone City. This is a photo that I took and I just like animated it. Like I colored it on Procreate and turned it into a GIF. And I just kind of want to fix the coffee cup a little bit, but I love the books. And I want to like do more of these for photos that I've taken and then have these as transitions. I'm so excited. I was listening to my book, but I started to lose focus, so I stopped because I want to pay attention better.
All right, I am on chapter 32, which is page 500 in the book. I am over halfway. See right there. I am fully immersed in the story. I don't know which page it was. I feel like it was maybe chapter 18 when I felt like I feel comfortable in the book. I feel excited about the book. Like I could definitely see reading more of them. That was like how I felt about chapter 18. And I'm just having the best time. This reminds me of like the Fellowship of the Ring a little bit. So the company, the group of people that left Two Rivers has grown a little bit, and they keep running into the Trollocs and different bad people, bad creatures, and now they're all separated. So we have a guy and a girl, Egwene and Perry? Ooh, something with a P. They're separate. And Egwene, the girl, she has power. She can like channel the one power. I'm still learning all the terminology, but she has the power of an Aes Sedai. I think that's what it's called. She has that power. And so Morena is the woman who's older than her. She's going to like train her how to use the one power, and it seems like it's many things. It's like elemental but at one point she also like grew to be like super tall. She can also heal. There are many things that you can do with this power, but people don't like the Aes Sedai. I'm pretty sure that's how you say it. I'm gonna be so annoyed if that's not how you say it. I need to probably look it up. People like don't trust them, and it's because that group of people, they did something really bad. But it was like the men, and now Aes Sedai are like only women. It seems like, my understanding is that men don't handle the power very well. Like they went mad with the power. Moraine. I think it's Moraine, not Morena. Yeah. Aes Sedai. Yeah, I was right. So Egwene and Perrin, or Perry, I can't remember his name, they're with this man who talks to wolves. And I thought the wolves were going to be shifters, but they're not. But it seems like Perrin, or Perry, can also kind of like talk to the wolves. So we don't know what power he has yet, but it has something to do with the wolves. And then Rand and Matt, I don't know what powers they have yet, if they have any. But the Dark One is after all of the 3 boys, and they're separate. So Rand and Matt are somewhere else. And then the group of 3 people, the Aes Sedai, her warder, and then someone from their village who's called the Wisdom, they're separate from the 2 other groups. And they're trying to find the boys because they're who the Dark One want. So the Aes Sedai, Moraine, she needs to find them first before the Dark One does. So they're all trying to like come back together, but also having their like own kind of adventures separate. So their goal is to find each other, and they're all having their own adventures on their own. But I like that these characters are kind of like younger and maybe like kind of innocent, and this is their first time like out in the world, because like Egwene is like, yay, we're like out in the world, this is awesome, even if it's hard. Like I'm seeing things. And then some of the boys are more like, I just cannot wait to go home. Like Rand is like, I can't wait to leave and go home after whatever is going on happens. Perrin, that's his name. Perrin is kind of learning how to be a leader, because he is with Egwene and she's like listening to his advice, his instructions. He's like, oh, she's actually gonna listen to me. It's like, okay, I guess I'm leading. Then I need to be a leader, and I need to make decisions. I need to, I like that he's like seeing her a little bit differently than like when they were just like kids in the village. Now he's kind of seeing her as like, I need to protect her, and I'm going to be the leader in this situation. There have also been like times when like girls have looked at him and he's kind of like, doesn't want to look at them. You can tell that these kids are like, they're innocent. They've lived in this little village and now they're like out in the world, and how they're handling it is kind of different. So I'm really enjoying that aspect of like coming of age. And I just really want to know, I want like a list of the Aes Sedai's power, because it seems like it's a lot. And I want to know what all of their powers are going to be. But I think my 2 favorite characters that we're following are Egwene and Perrin, and it's probably because their powers are manifesting, and I don't know if Rand or Matt will have powers, but they just haven't manifested yet, so maybe I'm not as interested in their characters. But it's so exciting. I feel like so happy to be like in this world, like I'm a part of it, if that makes sense. I feel like I've been left out of this world, my own, by choice, because I've been too scared to read it, and now I'm like, oh, I'm like in it. So I'm on page 500. In this edition, there are 800 and some, like almost exactly 800. So I have 300 pages left. My goal is to read 150 today and 150 tomorrow and finish this in 2 days. I read 200 pages yesterday. It was a really good reading day. I didn't film as much yesterday. Like I filmed mostly B-roll, but I did read a lot. So that was really good. And I was like super interested. I'm really curious about like the wolves, because it seems like these wolves are, like, people fear the wolves, but they are protecting Perrin in his, like, dreams, because these boys all have dreams of the Dark One, and they're, like, awful scary dreams, and these wolves are trying to help him and protect him. And I think it's cool that he can, like, kind of talk to them, but we still don't know everything about that just yet. So I'm gonna keep reading. I have some other things to do right now, so I may not read right now. I want to take advantage of her napping to, like, make a protein shake, clean a little bit, and I may not prioritize reading just right now, but I will come back with an update later. All right, let's do a reading update. Yesterday I read chapter 32 to chapter 41, and yesterday we followed a lot more of Rand and Matt. I feel like the day before we were following a lot of Egwene and Perrin. I can never remember his name. I want to say Perry. It's Perrin. So it was nice to follow Matt and Rand for a little while because I felt kind of disconnected to those characters. I was like, I'm not really interested in their story because we just haven't followed them for very long. They're on their way to the city of Cayman, but on their way they keep getting attacked by the Dark Friends. They keep getting attacked by people, and Matt has kind of like lost hope in like anything, and he's just like, all our friends are dead, like kind of like what's the point? And Rand is the one trying to keep them going, and they make it there. And they meet like a giant. I'm really excited about this character. I mean, he's not called a giant, he has a whole other name, but he's like this huge creature. And I actually want to look up like fan art of what he's supposed to look like because I'm having a hard time visualizing exactly how he looks. Also, Matt stole a dagger, and that dagger is like causing problems because people are looking for him, and that dagger, it's causing other problems too. I'm now in chapter 45. I don't have very much left in this book, as you can see there. I'm so close to the end. Oh, the sun just came out. I would love to finish this today, but I do have family coming today. They're gonna be here in like an hour, so I will probably, I'm thinking I'm not gonna finish this today, but we'll see. It seems like these three boys, the Dark One is after these three boys, but it seems like seems like he needs one of them, and he's not sure exactly which one, because these three boys, I think, all might have certain power. Well, we know that Perrin has some kind of power with these wolves, And then Matt and Rand, he called them something. One of the dark friends called them a name. It wasn't like, oh, I haven't been using my mic. I'm sorry. I don't have time to use my mic now. He called them something, and I'm thinking they're going to possess magic that that Perrin does not have. But the Dark One needs them, and like keeps haunting their dreams. So they keep having terrible dreams. And right now they're all back together, the whole group, and they're on their way to this other city because Matt needs to get there. He needs the help of more Aes Sedai to help him, or he's gonna die basically. So that's what's going on right now. The giant went with them, which I'm glad, because I think this giant could be like really helpful. It's like a giant, he could protect them, and he's also like really nice. On another note, I've been working, I am sorry about the mic, whatever. I've been working on this illustration, and I want it to be animated, but man, this is taking so long. I know I'm doing this the hard way. I'm not a graphic designer. I'm really bad with Procreate. Like, it's so hard. And I know I could make this easier because I know other people know how to do this. I just don't. So I'm doing it like the hard way. But I don't know how I want it to move. But I would like this to be the transition for the video, but I guess we'll see. But man, this is taking a long time to add the color. I got the color like so wrong. And the face of the snake is so hard to get. But I'm having fun with it though. I really enjoy drawing on here. So I'm having fun with this, but we'll see if I get it. We'll see how that looks. And then I've been playing with Google Gemini. These are my bookshelves right here. And then I want ideas of like where to put floating shelves on the walls and what kind of couch to put here. Because I actually added one. I added a little chair that I got for free. I found it for free. But it does need a cover because I'm not a fan of this green. Wow, I just went so blue. The clouds, it's so blue right now. I'm not a fan of this green. This is like, it needs to either be like dark green or olive green. This is like kiwi green. I don't like it. Like when I bought this blanket, I don't know what I was thinking. I went through a green phase and just bought the wrong kinds of greens. And I have tried dyeing it, and you can't dye it because it's polyester. I've tried bleaching it, and that just made it more light green. But anyway, so I now have a reading chair, but I just do need a cover for it. So I was looking at like different ideas of colors, like orange, blue. That's just a different chair, but just kind of seeing what that color would look like. And then different kinds of shelves. So I was telling Gemini, like, give me ideas for this corner, because I have a really hard time with like walls. And I've been having so much fun. I've been spending too much time doing this though. But it's so much fun to like I'll give Gemini inspiration, I'll give it photos, and then it like designs it for me. And this is not exactly how I would want it. I would also not want 2 chairs, but I would like to have a more cozy corner. It needs stuff on the walls. It needs work. And I just have a hard time visualizing it. Like, I'll find so much inspiration on Pinterest and I'm like, I don't know how to transform it. I don't know how to put it here. But that will be an update in a future video, maybe, if I can decorate that corner. So I'll see how far I can get today. But I'm at chapter 45, and there are, how many chapters are there? 53 chapters. So I think one of these 3 boys, at least one of them, is gonna become bad. Is gonna go to the dark side. Like, the dark one's going to get one of the 3 boys. I think that Egwene is going to, she's gonna become an Aes Sedai, and I could see her struggling with like good and evil, because they keep saying that the Aes Sedai, like what they say is not the full truth. They're not really to be trusted, and I feel like she's going to be, I think she's going to be on the good side, but I could see like a struggle there. At least this is what I'm just like predicting for maybe for future books. But I do think possibly by the end of this book, I think Matt could be taken by the dark side. The dark side, that's Star Wars. By the dark one. So we'll see how far I get, and I'll come back with an update, and I'll remember to use my mic. Sorry. Okay, I have to do this update quick. We're leaving really soon. But I'm on chapter 51. I have like 3 chapters left. Look. I'm hoping to maybe finish this tonight, but I have family here, so we'll see. But I was able to read last night, and I got so close to finishing, and then I got so tired. I want my brain working when I finish this. So I didn't want to just rush it and then not retain the information because I was so exhausted. But look, oh my god. My hope is that it really, like, it ends on a cliffhanger so that I'm dying to pick up book 2. That's my hope. But I'll come back when I finish. All right, I finished it. I finished The Eye of the World by Robert Jordan. Had a great time. I'm so glad with how much I was able to read each day. I have a sticky note for each day, like dividing up so I could see my progress daily. I very much enjoyed this book. I am excited to continue, but I do think I want a little bit of a break because I just think I need it. I think I need to read another genre. I need to read fiction or like a horror or something, or a romance. I need something else before I go back into this world, but I for sure want to go back because I really enjoyed this book. I'm struggling with my rating because I thought for sure 5 stars, and I'm still leaning towards a 5, but I feel like there were moments where I was just I feel like it might have been very chaotic, at least in my eyes. Like the end, I was like, what's going on? I know it was hard to understand the like end, which I don't want to say, but like the climax of the book, I feel like I had to look it up. I had to ask Google like what exactly happened because I am confused. And I did read that apparently book 1 has some parts that are confusing, that book 2 and book 3 are a little bit more clear in his writing. So I am very much looking forward to book 2. I already have book 3, but I hope I was clear in how I spoke about this book. But if I wasn't, we are following 4 young adults, 3 boys and a woman, that are in this small village. There's a dark one. This stranger woman that has magical powers comes to like warn them that the dark one is after you guys, and I'm not gonna let that happen, so I'm gonna take you with me because she knows she cannot let the dark one have them. And throughout the book, the dark one is trying to get them. They are separated, they go through their own adventures, and then magical powers are manifested. You know, the end, a very big thing happens to one of these characters. Whether that's good or bad, we don't really know. And it did not necessarily leave us on a cliffhanger, but I was actually okay with that. I really wanted it, and then realized like not every book has to have a cliffhanger. I kind of had to just like let that go. How it ended, I still want to read book 2. I was very much okay with it not having a cliffhanger. I am still curious to read book 2. But it's kind of funny because reading this made me want to pick up book 2 in this series. And I think how I felt with this book is that it needed to end in a way where I wanted to pick up book 2 more. This one did that better for me. But I like this, it made me miss this world, which is how I want to feel about this world. I feel like I need to be away from it and miss it so that I want to go back into it. And I just need to decide which editions I want to continue with, because this is like mass market paperback, but like large, and they're all different colors, and I don't mind the front. The front I like. It's the spines of these editions that are just they're not pretty. It's like a different material, and it's not, they don't look very good when they're stacked together. I've looked it up, but I do like the front, and I love how this feels. Like, it's very comfortable to hold. Now this book, I love the spine, I love the picture on the front. This is just not as comfortable to hold, but this one would be very nice to like display. And I think what I want actually are the smaller mass market paperbacks of The Wheel of Time. And I'm gonna see, so that's what I might get, are like the like traditional mass market paperbacks. I thought that those might be terribly expensive, and they're really not, at least not yet. So I want to try to snatch those up. And I'm very curious to read The Wheel of Time when Brandon Sanderson starts writing in these. And I thought that might happen like book 4 or 5. It doesn't happen until like, I think it was like book 12. It's further along than I thought. But I would like to get to his writing, because this also made me miss Brandon Sanderson. Like, I want to pick up a Brandon Sanderson book now, because like I love Brandon Sanderson's writing. I think more than this guy. I feel more at home with Brandon Sanderson, but I want to like continue to read this author's writing. I just did feel like I wanted some things a little bit clearer. And I didn't feel like that throughout the whole book, but there were like 2 chapters that I felt like, slow down, I need time to figure this out. I feel like I need like a cheat sheet for this book. Like, I need like a map of the characters and what powers they have, and I would just like things to be a little bit more explained, but maybe that'll happen in book 2. I want to apologize for the audio in this book. I tried like 3 different things, and I think I just kind of discovered that I think my camera is the best audio because I don't know, I am trying, I'm really trying, and it's so hard. And I don't know, we'll see what I figure out for the audio, but this has just been an ongoing struggle throughout my whole time on YouTube. And I thought I figured it out, and then I was editing the vlog and I was like, oh man, the audio is actually not that great. So, but I wanted to give you guys my final thoughts. I want to say it's a 5. It is, maybe I just need to sit with it for the rest of the day, but I loved it, had so much fun. I'm going to continue to read them, and this just made me want to read more epic high fantasy. And I would highly recommend it. It is long, it is detailed, there's a lot going on, but it's so worth it. And I understand now why my sister's been trying to get me to read it for so long. So thanks so much for watching my vlog. I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for future vlogs. I want to do Summerween. Like, I'm thinking that might be my next reading vlog. I'm like starting to plan for it. I would love to do it this year because I want to do it every year and I always miss it. So I'm like starting to think of what books I could use for that. So stay tuned, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.